Johnny.
Welcome to All Gen Gamers, a podcast for people in video games of all generations. Starring Pete Dorr, Happy Console Gamer, Gamester81, and Jason Heine. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of All Gen Gamers podcast. This is episode number 28. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jason Heine from the Emulator Review Show on YouTube. We're also joined, as always, by Mr. Pete Dorr from Pete's Game Room. What up, Pete?
What's going on?
And the Happy Console Gamer, Mr. Johnny Millennium. What's going on?
What's going on? I was just doing Pete again. I love doing Pete.
And, of course, John, Gamester81 and Star Wars Nut and Nostalgiaholic and Gamester81 Arcade, the man of a billion channels. What's up, John?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
All right, so here's the deal. Everyone's been wondering, who's the guest? Who's the guest?
Hey, wait, before we start, who are you?
I'm Jason. I'm Mr. Jason Heine.
There you go.
He already said who he was.
Did you say that? Oh, my bad.
Don't tell him what to do.
Don't tell me
I'm telling him what to do. I'm telling him what to do. My bad. I didn't catch that. Sorry.
So, yeah, no, everyone's been wondering, who's the guest? Who's the guest? Because last time we mentioned that we have an interesting guest for this podcast. So the clues were that this person isn't in the YouTube community. And I believe Pete mentioned it wasn't a game developer, right, Pete? I think you said that.
Correct.
So the time has now come. Drum roll. I'm like building it up. I hear timpani.
This is so much hype. I love it.
I hear timpani going on. I hear cymbals, like the choir's back there, like, whoa. So our guest tonight is Katherine. Hello, Katherine.
Hi.
So I'm going to just lay it on out there. And Katherine was, doing some eBaying, just, selling some random stuff. And not too long ago, Katherine sold something on eBay. And I'm just going to have her say exactly what she sold. So Katherine, go ahead. What did you sell on eBay?
I sold a sealed, unopened copy of Family Fitness Stadium Event.
Dun,
Wow.
dun, 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 dun. So Katherine sold a factory-sealed Stadium Events. She is responsible for that auction that sold for $22,800.
Wow.
Wow.
That's just
I mean,
amazing.
can you imagine that? Can you even fathom that? Like, we saw one not too long ago, maybe like 6 months ago, sell for, and it wasn't sealed. It went for $14,100, I think, somewhere around there. And I thought, that's even a lot of money,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dying to ask 1,000 questions here. Jason, why don't you just ask the questions? Because you're gonna. I don't want us all cutting in. Because where did you find this copy of the game? I
know there's so many burning questions. There is. Okay, so Katherine, where did you find this game? Let's start there. Where did you find it?
I think it was June. I bought about 500 video games at a garage sale for $50, and it happened to be one of them.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. So was that a garage sale?
Yeah.
Wait, how many games did you buy?
Somewhere between 500 and 1,000.
Oh, for $50?
For $50?
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're selling everything for a quarter.
Oh, you're shitting me if you're going to tell me Stadium Events was like a quarter.
No, I'm dead serious.
Oh,
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Wow.
Sorry. Before we continue, who were these people? Were they old eccentric people, or what was the deal?
They their friend, I think they said, closed down a store or something, and they were just selling them for him.
Now, I'm assuming when you saw this copy, what was your first reaction when you saw this copy? Did you realize what the game was as far as value goes, or did you just...
No, I had no idea. I originally listed it for $4.99.
Oh my god.
Oh man,
That is insane. Okay, wait. We have to pause for the cause.
Yeah.
Here's what we need to do first of all before we go any further.
I need to catch my breath.
I know. Everyone, I got listen. I got a drink right here. I'm just ready to go. Like at a theater. Okay, well, first I think what we should do is we should explain. Some people may not know what Stadium Events is. So I'm going to briefly just break down some of the history. I also did a fantastic review on the game, and I also talked about the history on my channel. You guys can check that out. But in brief, here's what it is. Bandai released this game in 1986. Okay, what they were doing is they were making this family fun fitness game, and it's basically like track and field type of events. What they did is they made the game, and then they also made a pad that you would run on and jump on, and the corresponding what you would do on the pad would do in the game. So if you jumped on the pad, you jump in the game, okay? So on and so forth. Well, this was not licensed by Nintendo. They just released this. What they were doing is then they released it in select test markets. It was only available in certain test markets, so it wasn't available everywhere. They were basically testing it, okay? Well, Nintendo caught word of this and contacted them and said, we want this. We want to buy this.
Really?
This was only on the market for like 2 months, I believe.
Whoa.
Nintendo bought out stadium events.
Yeah.
They bought licensing and the patent on the pad. They bought all of it. You know, Nintendo, big dog coming in, bought it all. And then they demanded that all stadium events that were on the shelves be destroyed.
Wow. Holy.
So do they end up burying those, or what do they do with the extra stadium events in the stores?
The stores would then send them back to Bandai or Nintendo. I don't know exactly who, but they were ordered to be destroyed because Nintendo had an idea to do what? Re-release the game as the Power Pad and the game that they packed with it.
Jason, is it world-class track meet?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But that's the thing. That's the reason why it's so rare. It's because it's only on the market for 2 months. It was ordered to be destroyed. It was unlicensed by Nintendo. They bought them out. End of story. So to find these in existence, factory sealed, is like impossible. And I've been reading about it.
That's amazing. It's like, it's one thing to find it, but to find it factory sealed that's unbelievable from that story.
So yeah, exactly. So what she has here, what she sold was a game that was in a store during this whole fiasco that somehow managed to, I mean, who knows? Someone probably took it, stole it, kept it. You know what I mean? At that point,
kept it in a back room. You know, you never know.
You never know. So I mean, there's so much history with this, and it's regarded as one of the rarest unlicensed Nintendo games out there. And I think at the time they said there's only like one. I've been reading about it. They said there's only like one factory sealed. You know, someone just like making that up. But now we're finding this shit's true.
Now, how do you know if it's actually factory sealed or someone actually sealed it again? You know what I'm saying? Is there a way of telling with the crease and stuff? There's got to be a way of knowing.
Yeah, and you know, she had really good detailed pictures on her listing. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the difference between how they sealed their games in '86 and what like an everyday Joe Blow game sealer would look like. You know what I mean? Because you can reseal them.
So did it have the thing for putting it on the hook? You know that little thing back?
I don't remember, but it had the horizontal seal across the back, and that usually meant that it's that usually means it's factory sealed.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, continue on.
I'm taking this off of Wikipedia, actually. It says, it's believed that 2,000 copies are believed to have been produced, of which it was estimated that 200 copies reached customers, before being recalled. Today, collectors who follow the online sale of rare video games believe that fewer than 20 complete copies of the game exist, only 2 of which are known to be factory sealed.
Wow.
Citation needed. An eBay auction of a new factory sealed version of the game was sold on February 26, 2010 with a winning bid of $41,300, making the highest price ever paid for a video game. The winning bidder never paid for the auction one, however. Citation needed.
There you go, 41,000 for one that didn't get paid. So I guess that just leads into a real quick question. Catherine?
Yes.
Did they pay you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's just so exciting.
So if we were at a bar right now, you'd be buying us all rounds, basically.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I'm saying.
What were you like when you saw people bidding, and did a flood of questions start coming in, and like how did you react?
Well, let's go back. Sorry, we're jumping ahead. There's still more details to lead up to her taking it home, and you know.
Yeah. Let's go back to the good call. Let's go back to the garage sale. All right.
Yeah.
So you went to a garage sale. Just walk us through, if you remember. Can you take us there?
No, I mean, at first I only bought a couple of games because I wasn't sure if they would really be worth anything. But then my dad and I looked them up, and we were like, oh, some of these are actually worth something. So we went back and we bought them all.
Yeah.
For a quarter, how could you not? Were they all sealed, or are they all unboxed, or some loose?
No, some of them were sealed. Some of them were just in the boxes, and some of them are just cartridges.
Were they all
sorry,
for
were
the
they-
NES?
Yeah, were they all NES games or just yeah?
Yeah, all NES games.
It might be a complete library. If you just said 1,000 games, there's only about 700 games made for the NES. Wow. Were there some duplicates?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
1,000.
still have like half of them.
Now, are you a fan of the NES growing up? Did you play the NES? Were you a fan of it?
Yeah, I still have like 2 systems. So.
Okay, cool.
Well, really, I'm really happy that you didn't open that stadium events, not knowing. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, at what point? Now, Katherine, you mentioned that you took it home, you didn't really realize what the game was. What point did you finally decide, wow, this game's worth a lot of money? When did that point come, and when did you realize? And what was your first initial thought when you found out, oh shit, I can get a lot of money for this?
Well, I listed it and then I like walked away and I checked back like an hour later and I had like 6 emails about it and I'd already had bids on it and someone offered me $800 for it. And I went and asked my dad because he sells stuff too. And he went upstairs and looked it up and he's like, absolutely not. You're not taking that.
Wow.
And
yeah,
then
let
I
that
think,
baby ride.
Yeah, I think within like an hour and a half, it was up to 3,000. And then within 24 hours, it was up to 20 grand.
Yeah, I remember that. I was watching it and it was like within the first 24 hours, it went all the way up there.
Yeah.
Real quick. And then what's really funny is I did a live stream of the auction ending and and we watched it and it only moved like what, $200 in like the last day or $400 or something. It didn't move much.
No.
Did
you expect it to go higher, Catherine? Did you expect it to go higher than 20 too?
No, we weren't sure what it was going to go for. We were shocked and happy with whatever as long as we got paid for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we were surprised that it actually reached the 20. So, because we had a reserve of 20,000 on it.
Well, imagine in today's economy that someone had that much money to drop on a Nintendo game is amazing. That's cool, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did they, I guess obviously this person wants to remain anonymous, but did they say they were a collector at least? Did they say why they wanted it? Anything? Any hints?
No, not really. Just they had been bidding on it a lot, so I had a feeling that they really wanted it, but they didn't mention if they were a collector, or if they wanted to hold on to it and sell it in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's a good question. I do want to ask: did this game sell and get shipped to somewhere in the United States, or did it go international?
It went international.
Oh,
interesting.
Well,
you got to remember, there's a lot of people in this world who have a lot of money, right? So there's like, you can't even imagine who could buy this. So
yeah, I'm just saying, John. We were just talking about in this economy.
Yeah,
that's true.
It didn't sell here in the U.S. There you go.
That's true. That's a good point. Well, I know the PAL version of Stadium Events is more common. Like you can go to eBay now and still sells for like $400, but still, the PAL version is much more common. It looks almost identical to the North American release, but wow, I'm speechless as far as your story here. Finding it's amazing.
Yeah. How did you ship this out to them? Did you ship it in like 3 cardboard boxes? Like how did you ship that out, knowing the value?
We bought like a small metal case that had like styrofoam in it, or like felt kind of material, and we cut out the shape of the box and we put it in that, and then we wrapped that in bubble tape, and then we packaged it in a box with peanuts and sent it overnight UPS, and we insured the whole thing.
That's gangster right there.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna put this thing in a gun case,
That's amazing. That's just so amazing. I just can't get over that story. That's I gotta say, you are the luckiest person ever.
Yeah, I still can't believe it.
God, I could just imagine walking, let alone walking up to a garage sale with 500 NES games for a quarter. But I would be like, I would be shaking giving this person the money if I had seen a sealed Stadium Events. I would I would have to keep my composure. I could just imagine myself like, they'd probably see my hand shaking, like, and they'll probably be like, "What the heck is up here?
What's wrong with you, son?" Like, I'm about ready to faint.
Oh.
Now, did you tell the people who bought it from? Did they know after the fact once you bought it what it's worth? Did you go back to them? No.
No, I don't think so.
That's one way to cause something.
Yeah.
They got their shiny $4 for it, so they can enjoy that. Wow. Hey, it's their fault for not looking it up. It's their fault for just throwing it at a garage sale and not taking it to, I don't know, just having a little look on something called the internet. I don't know. That's their fault, big time.
You know? We talk about this all the time on the podcast. You guys, thrift stores, garage sales, these places have gems. You just have to go out and you have to find them. I mean, there's proof right there. I just can't believe it.
I think it's safe to say that she has the find of history right there. I don't think anybody can make a better garage sale find than that. Seriously,
no, it doesn't get any better.
Stadium event sealed for $25. Yeah, beat that one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Did you have a party? Did you celebrate? Were you freaking out, running around your house like?
At first, yeah, but after a while, we listed it for 10 days, so it was a very long 10 days.
Oh wow!
And the last day, we were all just watching the computer, and we just kept hitting refresh, and all of our friends and family are watching it. So
amazing, just amazing.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
I mean, that really is like a stadium event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Katherine, if you don't mind me asking, what do you plan on doing with the money that you won? Are you just going to save it, or do you have anything going on vacation, or?
I'm planning on going to law school, so it'll help towards that. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Good stuff. It's like winning the lottery. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not only do you win, you get a great story. That story, so many people will listen to this podcast and they'll be amazed at this story. They're just going to be so blown away.
And watch, she's like, oh yeah, there's another cart. It was gold and it said Nintendo Championship cart. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, that'd be funny. What other games were in the lot that you bought? Any other kind of semi-rare games that you saw, or are they pretty much common?
I sold a stack up sealed. I think it was a stack up for $400.
Wow.
Yeah, and a couple of them will go for $150 every once in a while. But I start all of them at $4.99 and just kind of see where they go from there.
Yeah, and that's the best way to do it on eBay. Start them.
How many were sealed, would you say, out of the bunch?
Well, we haven't gone through all of them, so because we kind of just pull ones out randomly. But I've had to have sold probably about 20 sealed ones so far.
Oh my God.
If she goes back in there and finds another stadium events.
I don't think that'll happen.
Well, that's insane.
So were these old people again? I can't remember.
No. I just don't think they knew what they had.
Right.
Obviously.
And I think they just wanted to since there were so many of them, I just think they it filled a whole cart.
Oh my
so
God.
I think they just wanted to get rid of all of them.
Imagine there's a world championship cartridge in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. World Championship. That's the second rarest Nintendo game ever.
Prototypes as well. Just a tip, if you come across cartridges that are, they have a label that's sort of written on with black marker, be very careful with those. Do your research, because you might have a one-of-a-kind prototype of some kind, and those can go for a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks.
There, yeah.
I'm looking at a list here of some of the rarest NES titles out there. Myriad 6-in-1, Bubble Bath Babes, Peekaboo Poker, Hot Slots, Cheetahman 2, Bubble Bobble, yeah, Flintstones. So I'm sure.
Oh yeah, Flintstones. Yeah.
There's probably some of those buried in that lot.
Wait, so
sure.
Bubble Bobble is rare?
Mm-hmm. Well, according to Racket Boy here, Bubble Bobble 2.
Oh, the second
Bubble
one.
Bobble too. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Even stack up for $400, that'd be if I had even just that alone, $400. How much did you pay for the lot? $300? How much did you get? $50 for all those games.
Yeah, $50 for all of them.
Holy. Oh, if only they knew. Only the treasure that they had. The gold that they had.
They'd be rolling in their grave, I'll tell you that.
It upsets me because for the rest of my life, all the crappy garage sales that I will go to, I will never find anything 1/10 of as awesome as that. That is something to look up to and think about forever. Wow. I'll be thinking about that story every time I go to a garage sale for the rest of my life.
Yeah, agreed.
After this podcast, people are going to be hitting at the garage sales like crazy. Listen to this.
Yeah. Get to the old people neighborhood. I tell you, I tell you, it's the same kind of people who would throw out your toys when you were a kid. You know what I mean? All the Star Wars toys and stuff. Oh, you don't need the boxes. Throw it away. Same mentality. They just have no idea what anything's worth. And you'd think nowadays people would understand the worth of things that are older.
Especially because how easy it is to get online and research what you have.
Definitely.
And find out what it's worth. It's so easy to do.
Yeah.
There's like no excuse for it anymore.
Oh, that is just amazing.
So, Catherine, what are you going to do with all the rest of the games? Are you going to go through and sell them all?
Yeah, me and my dad just like list them. I list them when I'm home on breaks from school and stuff, and I'll list like 5 at a time. But we don't like to look them up beforehand because we like to be surprised. So.
Yeah, definitely. Stadium Events was quite a surprise.
Yeah, it was a very nice surprise.
You know what? I don't drink hard alcohol, but man, I could go for a shot of whiskey after that. I'm just so I'm just like wired after that story. You know what I mean? I can't. The luck involved in that. It's just stupendous. You know? Wow. You are a very lucky person.
Thanks.
Maybe the story will inspire others to hit up garage sales even more, knowing that finds like that can exist out there. I know there's a lot of people that, go to garage sales weekly and they come home with nothing on a weekly basis. But hopefully that will inspire others to go more and more, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. And you never know because, garage sales are young people do garage sales, old people do garage sales, and everyone is different and unique. One thing that I do every time I go to a garage sale, I look at stuff, and if I don't see any games or anything or electronics, I always just ask. I can't tell you how many times I've gone up and just been like, "Do you have any video games by chance?" And they're like, "Oh, you know what? I think Billy has some stuff upstairs, but he's not here anymore." And they go upstairs and they bring down like a heavy sixer or something. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, just like me, every garage sale I go to, I go up to the people, usually old people, and I'm like, "Do you have Stadium Events?" And they're like, "What?" I just leave. I just go into the next one. I'll just be doing that for the rest of my life. I'll never find anything.
Catherine, how did you find this garage sale? Was it just something you found in the newspaper, or you drove by it, or did you get there pretty early to find this huge lot? Because I'm surprised that it would have lasted long, a day.
Yeah, it's best to go out pretty early. So I usually just found it in the paper and just went, not really knowing what to expect or anything.
Did they list that they had video games in the description of the garage sale at all?
I don't really remember. They probably did. I really didn't really. It's not something that really stuck with me at the time. I was like, "Oh, video games, we'll sell them."
Because I guarantee you that would have been sold
Stadium
2
events.
minutes after if you didn't buy that whole lot. It would have been gone.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it would have.
I mean, $50. I mean, come on.
Was there anybody else that, you said that you went the first time, you bought a couple of games, you went back, checked online, and you came back. Wasn't there any other people at this garage sale? It was just kind of, light pickings?
Yeah, it was still pretty early in the day, and I guess a lot of people don't realize that you can sell them for quite a large amount of money.
Yeah.
And to sell, sometimes it's really tedious to take pictures and sell them and go through all of that, and people just don't want to waste their time. And a lot of times people look for antiques and older things. They don't really look for video games.
So here's you went with your dad. Who grabbed Stadium Events and kind of claimed it? Was it you or your dad?
It was actually just in a box, and my dad just kind of we didn't know. All the games were just in a box, and you could look through them. So we just picked the boxes up. We didn't know we had it.
Oh, jeez. Wow. You guys didn't get into an argument when you found out how much it was going to be, did you?
No.
Good.
No.
Yeah, you guys are planning a family vacations. What's going on?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I don't know, because imagine that, you and your brother, I'm just saying hypothetically, you and your brother, you find a box of games, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, and you find out how much one game is worth. There'd be a claiming issue, oh no, it's my game, I found it, I grabbed the box. Usually you get that with people, so it's great that you guys didn't let the greed get to you. That's good.
Yeah, it was good.
Might have gotten to me. I'm like, it's my video game, I found it. And
I'm looking at the pictures on your eBay site, and it just looks really great condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The only thing that was wrong with it was there was a dent in the side, but it was all completely sealed. There weren't any rips or anything in it, so it wasn't too bad.
And it does have the hook, Johnny.
Yeah, it does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is mint.
Yeah, that's usually the way it was back then because they always hung it on the wall, right? You remember what that used to be like, Gamester? Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, wow, amazing.
So, Catherine, do you play games today, or do you game at all, or?
Not really. I mean, I have a Wii at home, and I have an old Nintendo system, and every once in a while I'll play it, but I don't have a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, definitely thank you for joining us and talking to us about all this. It's amazing.
Oh, no problem. It was fun.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, Catherine. Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. Wow. Amazing story.
What
eh?
an
That's
incredible story that was.
I can't get over.
Speechless.
I mean, she bought it for a quarter.
Yeah. Fucking unbelievable. Just incredible. I'm stunned. I was speechless at the end. It was just so nuts. But what would you guys do if you guys actually got a copy? If you found that copy of the game, would you keep it or sell it? Here, we should each go through this one. Pete, if you found that copy of the game, would you sell it or keep it?
I'd sell it in a heartbeat. No game to me that's worth that much money is worth holding on to. There's a barrier that you got to draw. First of all, I would not want Stadium events sitting in my house. Second of all, if I had a sealed Stadium events that I wanted to keep, nobody would know about it. So only I would. And so it's safe to say that I would throw that thing up on eBay in a second, get whatever I can for it, and use that money towards whatever, I can use that money towards. So
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
about
sure.
you? What about you, Johnny?
I'm with you. I'd have to sell it as well. It's not a game that I have an affection for or have an emotional draw towards. It would be a purely financial thing, and I would easily let it go. Not a problem, like Catherine did, and I'd be having a party afterwards. And I'd use that money. I don't think I'd even buy more games with it because I buy a lot of games, but God, $22,000. I'd use that for my life. I'd enhance my life in some capacity. I'd go on
Even
some
if it was
great vacation.
$5,000, I would sell that if it was worth $5,000. Honestly, like
$500. Shit, you made how much? 10 times what you paid for it.
yeah.
And plus all this, But that's not the point. Yeah.
What would you do, John? Would you keep it or sell it?
Here's the deal. I'd probably hold on to it for a little while and then sell later. Make it, sit on it for a little. No, sit on it because the longer you wait on it, the higher it's can get older and older. You think, and the value would probably go up and up and up.
Yeah.
So I'll probably wait and sit on it and then eventually sell it. But I'd probably maybe wait for like a year or so because I only paid a quarter for it.
Yeah.
I'm still like I invested a whole bunch of money into it, and I'd keep it into like a nice like fireproof safe and make sure nothing gets to it. That's what I would do. Hold it for a while and then sell it. How about you, Jason?
I would go and buy a gun case, fireproof gun case, for like a handgun, something small, And then I would put the game in there and just sit on it for a while and not say a word.
Safety deposit box for something like that. It's that worth
Right.
it.
Yeah, but I want it near me. I don't want it away
I
from
wouldn't. I want it somewhere sealed away.
Jason, imagine how many arcades you can get for selling that for $22,000.
God.
You could open.
You know what's screwed up? You could freaking open one.
Yeah.
You could open a cart. Well, yeah, you could buy enough where you'd have you could buy 100 arcades or more.
Yeah.
I would sit on it for a little bit, but I would sell it. I would eventually sell it. There'd be no way that I could have a game like that and not sell it. It's too tempting.
Too tempting.
Too tempting. So yeah, I would sell it, and I would use the money for my life expenses, especially at this point in my life and the way the economy is. It would really make sense.
Yeah, I would. What would you guys do with the money if you got 23 grand? Jason, you just answer yours, but what would you, Johnny?
The funny thing, I was thinking about this a little bit earlier when, what would I do with that? And I think I would, obviously, because I did do this show on YouTube, I would definitely buy an even a better camera, even maybe a second camera to the one I have. I'd want to do more to do with the show and to do stuff like that. I enjoy doing that. I get a lot of fun out of that. And obviously because my computer is dying, I'd spend like $6,000 and get a real amazing Mac Pro for editing. That's my dream, type of thing. So yeah, that's kind of, I'd invest into the show, I think. What about you, John?
I would probably invest mine into my show as well.
Yeah.
I would give a chunk to my parents, for their support. But yeah, I'll probably I need a new camera for my show. I need editing. I need probably a class to go to the editing class for Final Cut. I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
Nicer computer would be nice.
Yeah.
I'd probably buy a couple arcades that I've always wanted. I'd buy some pinball machines. I really want like the Star Wars episode 1 pinball machine, and that goes for about, I don't know, $4,000, $5,000. So that'd be cool to have. So I don't know.
You have it all planned out. Sorry, that's so funny. You have it all planned out. Perfectly.
Oh, dude, for sure. And $23,000 is a lot, but it goes quick if you know what to do with it.
Yeah, it don't last forever.
Don't last forever. So, Pete, what would you do?
I'd probably take $5,000, put it in my PayPal to kind of have fun with, spend on, knock off some games and systems and things that I'd want over time, and then put the rest of my savings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I know everybody out there who is listening is they're thinking about what they would do, and it's one of those stories that makes you go, I wish it was me. Why can that have been me? That girl is so lucky. Nobody's saying anything like that, but why can it have been me? Everybody's saying that out there. That's what makes this story so fantastic. It's just a 1 in a million. It's amazing.
Definitely.
Good for her. Good for her and her dad. That's
and
amazing.
You could buy, with that money, you could buy every single Nintendo game made, probably in box or sealed. I mean, for that much money combined, it's crazy.
I don't know. Well, you couldn't, because one game that you would need would be that one.
Every game but that one and World Championship card you wouldn't be able to afford, but pretty much everything else. It's crazy.
Incredible. It's hard to move on. I can't move on the podcast.
Do you think there'll ever be a game that rare, like that will come out today, and then maybe 25 years from now be looked upon as super rare, like that has?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's hard to think that way, you know what I mean? Because in 1980, the late 80s, 86 is when that came out, mid 80s. I mean, this was like the birth of all this. You know what I mean? That's why it's so rare, because this was creating what we know today as the NES, and the history is right. That's where it started. It's the birth of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's where it all started. So it's hard.
Here's interesting. I know, Pete, you just recently bought Pure Solar, right?
Yes.
How many copies were made of that?
Now, I could be wrong on this. The initial printing was 800 copies. They did a reprint. The numbers weren't given out for the reprint. But I would probably say around 1,000 copies exist.
Okay. So you opened yours and saw you do some gameplay, but I mean, 25 years from now, if people look back on that and say that's a $20,000 game, unopened, would you regret opening it, or would you?
No, because look at it this way: like, you look at games like Final Fantasy VII, that today a sealed copy of the original black version. It's a game that a lot of people own. The sealed copy of the original black version is like, I don't know, $300-$400. I don't really know off the top of my head, but you look back and you're like, oh, do you regret opening it up? No, because I really enjoyed the game. It's just something that happens over time. I'm sure I could have bought 2 copies and kept one sealed for investment purposes, but you can't always do that with everything. It's would I regret it if sealed copies were selling for $2,000 10 years from now? Not really. I really don't think I would. Would I be jealous of others that kept theirs sealed? I probably would be, but I don't think it would really get to me that bad.
How much is that Pure Solar going for now on eBay?
eBay, it's like 150 to 300.
That much already?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, how much, Pete? I didn't catch it.
150 to 300.
Wow. Yeah, this kind of reminds me. I was at the Classic Gaming Expo this past year in 2010 in Vegas, and I picked up Halo 2600.
Yeah,
and that's probably limited to maybe even 100 or more copies. Wow. They did do a second run of that, and that the label is a little bit different. It's a black label rather than silver label or something. I don't know. They changed the labels up, but like now on eBay, I'm looking. They have one going for buy now $200. We'll see if it sells, but and it's super rare though. So
it's funny, cool. Some of these games.
Yeah.
Panzer, do you know the one that haunts me? The one that I really, it's funny. It's the one I do want to get eventually. Is Panzer Dragoon Saga, but I want a really nice copy of it. I'll spend $300 on it. I really do.
The game before, Johnny?
Yeah, I have. It's funny. Rob Man's dad had it back in the day. his dad went and just bought it, and I'd go over there all the time, and there was a bunch of us would sit around and play it. And to be honest, I thought it was a pretty cool game at the time. I had no idea that it would become so rare over time. So and it's one of those ones now I look back on, I'm like, I kind of want to get that one day. Yeah. I want to own that game.
And that's one of the games where I'd say it's worth the money, honestly. Like the $200-$250 that you might have to spend on it, and you can get it cheaper than that if you're patient.
Yeah,
it's worth it to play this game. It's really unique.
Isn't it dated now, though? What do you think? Is it dated now? Is it like? And I hate to say that because I love classic games, but that game was. Yeah,
I got my copy about maybe about 7 years ago. I bought it from someone on Digital Press.
Yeah.
And back then, it didn't faze me. I didn't care. I was like, I finally have Panzer Dragoon Saga. And I thought it was totally worth it. Now, but the thing is, if you don't mind graphics in any games, I mean, are you talking about graphics or gameplay-wise?
I'm talking about both, obviously.
Gameplay-wise, I definitely think it holds up because I truly have not played any other RPG like it. The combat system, totally unique to the game. Maybe the towns seem a little bit, dated. And the Saturn graphics, arguably some people really like them and some people don't. So sometimes things can look a little bit wonky by today's standards. But I think it holds up really great.
It's so funny that game has become so rare, and Sega's never done like an updated port of it or anything like. It's just like they're like, oh, forget it. It's a kind of rare, popular game, but so what? Screw it. And they've never even bothered to ever go back to it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Why not release it on, I don't know, on the arcade now? I don't know, on PSN or something as a downloadable game. Charge $20 for it.
I could be wrong on this, but
Saturn emulation is hard.
Saturn emulation is extremely hard. That's why.
Yes, I remember. Yeah,
you're wrong on this too. But I don't think there's a Saturn emulator on the computer. Or if there is, it's not a really good one. Yeah. So that's probably the reason why. Or no, I think the reason was they lost like the original coding to the game or something like that. I forget. I remember reading about this a while ago.
Really?
If people know, just let us know in the forums the exact reason. But yeah, something about the game was lost, and I don't know. There's a definite reason why this game isn't being ported anywhere. I just forget.
Wow.
Why.
Okay, I need to grab that game. Yeah. Yes, I do.
I actually have 2 copies right now.
I know you do.
And you know what it's going towards, and you think I'm crazy.
I don't think I don't think you're crazy because you have 2 copies of the game. But is it really worth that?
I specifically bought it for this trade, and I don't want to reveal what that item is.
I know. I'm not
people
saying.
Think I'm mental, but it's a really awesome item, which I'll show off on my channel.
Yeah, I won't say nothing about it. what other games, Pete? Like here, sorry, let's just go. How about this? We just go around all 4 of us. If you could spend, okay, no, don't say stadium events. That'd be too funny. But I'll go through everybody. If you could buy one rare game right now off eBay for any amount of price, one that's expensive for me, it would be Panzer Dragoon Saga. I'd want to go into eBay and get that. What would you want to get, John?
Wow. I think it'd be cool to have the Nintendo World Championship card, the gold one.
Yeah? How much does that go for?
Yeah. 14,000 plus.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was actually limited. I know they actually handed out to the winners, and there's a difference in the gold and the silver, the regular gray copy of the game, The same game, essentially. There's dip switches, and you can control your timing, time limit stuff. But reproduction card I got on retrousb.com, which is cool. But we really need to have the original. That'd be really cool. Yeah. That's just the first game that came to my head because you put it on the spot. So,
Jason.
All right, Jason, how about you, buddy?
Do arcade games count?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. A game that you want.
Yeah, either T-Mech, Atari's T-Mech.
Atari's T-Mech? What was that?
It was an incredible mech fighting game. You'd sit in it, and you had 2 joysticks right to your left and right side.
Yeah.
And you would cruise around. You were like in this encasing, like you were in a mech.
Yeah.
And you'd run around. It was multiplayer. You could have 8 cabs connected. Go look it up. Go to Google and type in Atari T-Mech arcade.
Like letter T.
The letter
M-E-K?
T dash MEK.
Oh wow, it's like a sit-down one. That looks like the Star Wars almost, kind of from the side.
It was an early Atari arcade game. It was incredible. I played a lot. It had a rumble seat. It had surround sound. It had joysticks.
Oh, let me click on this. I think I remember seeing this.
Incredible. I
How
played
much
it
does
so
it sell
much.
for? Usually, do you know?
You know, depending on how bad they want to get rid of it. But I've seen it go anywhere between 1,000 to 4,000.
That's 94 it came
That's
out.
not
so you
bad.
get-
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, I would get a couple of them if possible and link them up.
Dude, I'm looking here on the picture. It's got the 2-seat, dual-seat sit-down.
Yep, it's
Wow.
incredible. And the thing about it is, we never got a port home. We got a 32X port, and it's not that good.
They could have done a Jaguar port looking at the graphics, no?
They could have done a lot of good stuff with it, especially with having 2 analog sticks for like PlayStation and 360. I mean, there's so many things you could have done. But anyway, so I would get a couple of those.
Oh, I didn't know we were going to pick arcade games. That's totally viable as well. I'll change mine to the Ninja Warriors arcade machine. Oh, yeah. God, yeah. I'd love to have that.
Or H2 Overdrive.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
H2 Overdrive, yeah. That.
Okay, I'm done.
For those who don't know what H2 Overdrive is, it's basically a newer version of Hydro Thunder by Raw Thrills, which is pretty sweet. So, Pete, go ahead.
Everybody's going to be like, yeah, typical Pete Dorr, but my choice would be the game Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, and that is, for those that don't know, it's an arcade game that was released in Japan back in 1993, I believe, and it's never appeared anywhere else. It's not on any of the Sonic compilations. It was actually supposed to appear on Sonic's Gem Collection, but they didn't put it in, I think, because the original game used to track all to move Sonic around, so there was basically no way they could faithfully port it over. But it's like an isometric kind of platformer style game, and I've watched gameplay on YouTube, and it looks like a lot of fun. You can play as Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel as well, which are 2 very unknown characters in the Sonic universe. But yeah, if I can get my hands on one of those, that would be awesome. And besides an arcade machine, once again, typical of me, I'd probably say the prototype version of Sonic Extreme, which was a canceled Sonic game in 1997 for the Sega Saturn, which there was a prototype disc that was listed many years ago, a couple of years ago, actually, that I think sold for like $1,400 or $2,000. I forget the exact amount. And that copy of the game, there's only one out there, was recently relisted a few months back, but it only went for, I think, $700 because the prototype was leaked out, and there were copies of the game made, and duplicates, bootlegs made of the disc to try and look like the original. The only way to tell the difference with the original is that there's like a little piece of code in the boot up start of the game or something like that that's not in the bootlegs. So I don't really think that's worth $700 to me. But even more so, it's only like the first demo stage of the game where you just run around on a field of green grass. I would like the version that used the fisheye lens of the game. If you Google Sonic Extreme, and that's X without the E at the beginning, you'll see there's some gameplay videos of the game being played with a fisheye lens, and it looks really different and unique, and I would just love to be able to try that out and see how it works. So those would be my 2 answers off the top of my head.
So it's Pete. I'm looking at the pictures of the Sonic the Hedgehog, the arcade game, and it looks almost like Sonic 3D a little bit. There's a trackball, from my understanding. Is that right? And kind of weird gameplay. There's 2 other players you can play as Ray and Mighty. Now, were those characters ever released in any other Sonic game, or are those just exclusive to that game?
Ray the Flying Squirrel, I'm almost positive on this, was only in that game. Mighty the Armadillo was also in Knuckles Chaotix, and that's the only other Sonic game that he's appeared in on the 32X.
It looks really interesting. It almost looks like a Marble Madness style kind of top down 3D. It's interesting.
Yeah,
that's very cool, man.
I don't read the Sonic comics, but I think Ray the Flying Squirrel is also in the Sonic comics somewhere along there. So I'm not really. I don't read the all the different, like 3 or 4 different Sonic comics out there.
Came out in '93. Yeah. All right, hey guys. So it's this time that we announced the winner for our contest, and I must say, guys, personally, there's been it's been a really hard choice to pick one game, and the winner actually wins Endless Oceans, copy of Endless Oceans, signed by the 4 of us, Bobman and the Whale. Is that right? because we gotta get the whale on.
Yep.
We're getting the whale on there. So I'm going to name off. There's actually 21 contestants who actually went to our Facebook and followed the instructions. So I'm going to go on and read off those names real quick, okay? And these are in no particular order. We got Ging Worldish, Scott Skamensky, M. Wilson Game Show, Tony Yippee, Quick Freeze 4, 11 Power Mon 11, Michael Torres, Arm Leg Gamer, Gamer Barney, Head Robo, Kodel Yokog 123, probably mispronouncing that, I'm sorry. Andrew Buck, Captain 8-Bit, Cheesy Stick 1, That Guy 7331, 24 Videos, JST PGS 198, 6, and then Griffalonian Games, Pegasus XWA 316187, the VGM Fanatic, Boosie's Game Room, and the Loading Screens. A lot of great names there. But I don't know, guys. It was really
Wait, was that everybody? That was everybody.
That's everyone that submitted a video.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that really is.
21. So that's, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, can't thank you enough for doing that, and for certain listeners in general. Thank you for listening to us.
Wait, hold on. Gamester, did you mention someone by the name of Monkey Boy, I believe it is? Or no? Because there was someone that said they did a video, but their channel got hacked and their video got taken down. So I don't know his exact name, but also shout out to Monkey Boy or Monkey Man, something along those lines. I'm sorry, I forget your name. So you posted in my live stream or Jason's stream that your video did get removed, but thank you.
I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It sucks. But yeah, if I can speak for all of us that we've checked out all of the videos, and we're so humbled, we're so blown away that all of you guys would actually take the effort to actually make these amazing video responses to us. It's just amazing. Yeah, I think I can speak for everybody here that we're so humbled by all the responses. Aren't you guys just blown away?
Yeah, that's a lot of people that submitted stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
And like, honestly, in watching them all, and we watched them all multiple times, I'm so blown away that so many people watch us and listen to us. Some people watch us on YouTube, but some people, most people actually listen to us on the podcast, and would actually make video responses like this. I can't get over it. It's great, and just to see people's real life stories of how this podcast, something that we just do for fun, has an effect on people's lives. Like, some people say it's made them become more of a collector. And I can't believe that. It's just like, wow, really? I thought we were just a bunch of guys that like games. It's really neat to hear that people get inspired by our, because we collect and we talk about video games. That's amazing. I never expected that. I really never thought that people listen to us. I just thought they listen to us and go, oh, okay, it's a bunch of guys talking about video games. That's kind of cool, whatever. And I didn't think anybody be inspired to collect or anything like that. That's just so cool. So blown away. The thing is it's been very, very difficult going through all these videos.
People don't know we've been here for the past 45 minutes kind of debating.
Yeah.
Not fair, and it wasn't unanimous either. There was we had a kind of debate, and I mean, the problem is we like them so much it's hard to pick just one.
It's impossible. It's so
we
hard.
actually, I think we narrowed it to 4, actually, the top 4.
Yeah.
And I'll have Pete kind of explain. There's going to be some kind of running up prizes that we're going to give away as well. This is kind of something we just came up with, and just Pete, why don't you explain kind of what these were, what these are?
Yeah, so originally we weren't going to have any kind of runner-up prizes. It was just going to be the copy of Endless Ocean. But I was given some things from a family member for Christmas, some All-Gen Gamers postcards and a calendar page, which I thought would be an awesome idea to give up to the runner-up prizes. So there's still going to be the grand prize winner that gets the signed copy of the game, but then the runner-ups will also receive a postcard with all of our pictures on there, signed by us, and a calendar page. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, but they definitely. I'll actually say it was made by my aunt. I definitely want to thank her for those, and they were really well made, and they're definitely going to go to a good cause because I'm sure these people will definitely appreciate it.
And I speak for all of us. They're incredible.
Yeah, we just saw pictures of them. It's amazing.
I want some. Those things are awesome.
Pete, we got to say congratulations. That's an amazing job you did. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Thank you for that. And I might have to have some more copies. I'll make some photocopies of the calendars, but I should have just enough of the postcards to send out to people. So how the prizes are going to break down now are the first place prize is going to stay how it was, the signed copy of Endless Oceans by the four of us, Rob Man, and the Whale. Second place is going to get the postcard signed by us and the calendar page, as well as a limited edition exclusive Whale plush signed by the Whale. And then third and fourth place are going to receive the signed postcard and the calendar page. So, Jason, why don't you go ahead and bring us into the four finalists, working our way up from the fourth best all the way up to the first best entry.
The winner who wins the first prize of the Endless Ocean game signed by us. Can you imagine watching them sell it on eBay for like $23,000? You better not do that. I thought you could get that for it, but it'd be funny.
Yeah, it would be.
All right, go ahead, Jason.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the part of the show
Awkward pause.
where we announce the winners. I'm just building it up. Coming in at number 4, Scott Schumanski, who did the security guard video talking about how he was at work. It sucks. He listens to the podcast, takes him through his day. Very genuine, very nice.
He recorded the video at work, which is the best part about
And
it
he's
all.
in his security guard outfit. It's just awesome.
It's a great video, an absolute great video.
So congratulations there, Scott. Number 4.
Nice.
Coming in at number 3, Chris Fanner. Chris was responsible for showing us the video from his work at the pizza shop. If you remember, he was talking about he listens to us there at work. He showed the computer that he listens to us at and all that good stuff. So congratulations there.
I feel so bad for him, all the annoying drunk calls he has to get.
Oh, yeah. He was talking
I'm
about
so glad that the podcast can help out a little bit. That's so cool. That's so awesome.
And it's very sincere, man. The whole video, him talking about him moving to Portland and trying to find a job and, best of luck, bro. Definitely.
Yeah.
We've all been there, man. We've all been there.
Definitely. So congratulations there, Chris. Great video. Thanks for submission. Coming in at number 2, Josh Anderson with his incredible song that he wrote for us.
We need to play that real quick, Jason. Can you play that real quick?
Definitely.
It's got John and Johnny, Jason and Pete, talking about games they just recently beat. To get around to some listener mail and the whereabouts of a slutty ass whale. These are the reasons I love all gen gamers. Vitor has a collection so vast, his love for Sonic is unsurpassed. His bedroom is a gamer's heaven, the perfect place to play FF11. Gamester has a lot of systems you see, like the Vectrix, Pico, and Net Euro Z. 3DO, Lynx, PC Engine Core, he loves them almost as much as he loves Star Wars. It's got John and Johnny, Jason and Pete, talking about games they just recently beat. They get around to some listener mail and the whereabouts of a slutty ass whale. These are the reasons I love all gen gamers. Jason Heine is the audio guy. Face him Killer Instinct and you will die. He's got the arcade cabinet, play whenever while he holds out for Duke Nukem Forever. Johnny has lots of games from Japan. He plays them with his friend Rob Man. Fantasy Star will make his day. He'll be a happy console gamer up in Canada, eh? John and Johnny, Jason and Pete, talking about games they just recently beat. To get around to some listener mail and the whereabouts of a slutty ass whale. These are the reasons I love all gen gamers.
That's such a great song.
Oh, incredible job.
What's crazy is that he doesn't even have a lyric sheet or anything. That's all in his head.
Yeah.
He memorized all of that. It's just a great song.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, we were blown away with that.
So congratulations there, Josh. And
Nice
now
work.
it is time for the number one. Billy Hudson with the video from the future.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It was. It definitely was.
Yeah. We really like that video, and honestly, this contest hasn't been about people who have the best production value or the best camera or anything like that, but it was a very imaginative skit, and it was really well done. It was really well executed, and it was really funny, and yeah, we really loved it. I when I saw that, I was like, this is really good.
Yeah, talk about, Pete's manager from the future and all sorts of stuff going on. It's
Funny
hilarious.
stuff. Really good.
His first video ever made on YouTube too, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nice work, Billy. Congratulations.
I don't know if he's got film school background, but I'm telling you, if you don't, that's really. You should see my first video I ever did. But back in the day, it was crap. The video you just did was gold. It was really well done. So, fantastic.
Fantastic. So congratulations to all the contestants. You guys, what was it, 21 submissions? You guys, again, we're flattered and humbled. It was, all of them are winners in our eyes. It's so hard to pick just one.
It's hard. It was very hard.
But I'm excited, man. These are some excellent prizes. Hell, I want the freaking postcard, the calendar, and the whale. I want all of it.
I know.
Well, Jason, you already have the whale. You have actually the real thing, so get over that.
Well, I
first and
want the
foremost.
plushie.
When it gets sent to me, I'm just gonna hold on to it. I don't know.
We're gonna get John. We're gonna get the box of the stuff. No whale's gonna be in it. Johnny's gonna keep it.
I'm telling you. Personally, I'm gonna do a video with the whale when it gets sent to me in these parts for sure. Yeah. So I'll put it on the All Gen Gamers YouTube page.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I have an idea. All right, I'm gonna have some fun because it's not the Happy Console Gamer Show. I can let loose and just do some fun stuff. Like really let my hair down. No pun intended.
Keep it. Is it gonna be triple X-rated or is?
Of course it will be. I'm gonna be fully naked for this video.
Sausage
Do you think YouTube will have
hanging out.
Yeah, like it's going to be the first 3D video on the All Gen Gamers YouTube page, and naked 3D. So it should
Johnny's
be
cock
interesting.
in 3D.
I got off the phone with James Cameron. He said that I can actually bore the camera for an afternoon and all that. So we're getting some motion capture going on. It's going to be unbelievable.
And if you want to see this video, head on over to our brand new All Gen Gamers YouTube page, which can be found at youtube.com/AllGenGamers. And what Jason's actually doing is every week on, what is it, Mondays, Jason?
Monday. Mm-hmm.
Mondays, he throws up a sneak peek preview, about 5 or 6 minutes of the upcoming episode that'll be on a Wednesday. So if you want a sneak peek at who the guests will be, what the topics will be, some of the highlights, head on over to our page and subscribe for that, as well as other random videos that will be popping up over time.
Oh. Well, we've been talking about it, and I'm really kind of excited because I can actually go in there and make a random video. That doesn't make any sense. I can just kind of get away with doing that. I can't with my regular show, so I'm really going to actually have a little bit of fun with that. Watch out, everybody. I'm telling you.
Watch out now.
Watch out, motherfuckers. Even you guys, I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to say I'm uploading a video tonight.
I'll be here waiting with no pants, just in suspense.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have my Snuggie on. Right.
Oh, hell yes.
Oh, jeez. For anybody who doesn't know, Jason put a video up with this Snuggie. I was completely insulted.
I may upload something with just me standing there with Snuggie totally naked underneath it, and then that's it. Done. Like a 3-second video.
You naked underneath it with a Snuggie and then whip out the whale, like, will come right, you know. Okay.
So yeah, exclusive content on the All Gen Gamers YouTube page. That's for sure.
Exclusive. I love it. 3D nakedness. Wear your 3D glasses. It's going to be incredible. Look out, Avatar. Again, we just want to say thank you, everybody, once again, for submitting all of your videos. They were all excellent. They were all really
thank you.
Yep. And if you're a winner, we'll be getting into contact with you most likely through Facebook. So make sure you check your messages on there, and we'll have those prizes sent out to you in due time, quickly, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because actually, so those prizes have to be sent to, I think Pete's sending them to me.
All of us, yeah.
Yeah, and then me and Rob are going to deal with that aspect of things. And then we're going to send it to Jason and John, and then they're going to send it to the winner. So, yeah, a lot of posting going on there. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. So, hey, guys, why don't we get into what we've been playing lately? Because, I got something. Are you guys dying to talk about some games?
I want to know
Go
about
ahead.
Dead Space 2, man.
I'm
Tell me
dying
about
to
that.
talk. I'm dying to talk about
Yeah,
it.
because we were talking that you were going to dive into it last time. So
Oh yeah.
why don't you just hit it then? Just hit it.
Okay. Okay. I'm excited about it because I finished the first game, and then obviously in the last podcast I said, yeah, I got the collector's edition. It's sitting there. I'll get in on it. And I was kind of thinking, oh geez, I better have the time to do this. Holy shit! I put it in. Where do I start? It is excellent. And first of all, guys, have you played Dead Space 1?
Yes. I haven't beaten it, but I've played it. Yes.
Okay. Jason?
I'm still in search of a copy.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Please, I'm telling you guys, everybody out there, don't even think about it. Go and buy Dead Space 1. It's cheap. That's why. You can go and get it really cheap to experience, first of all, what Dead Space is about, which leads right into the second game. And let me just say this. This is really a good way for me to kind of review it in a short way, is that Dead Space, to me, the series, is a series now, is what I think Resident Evil should have been, and now I hate to say kind of isn't, from the last game. Like a good survival horror game that scares the crap out of you. Now, I remember Resident Evil used to scare the bejeebus out of me here and there. Especially number 4 really got me kind of going as well. That was a good game. Number 5 became a big action game. Pete, what did you think? Were you afraid any time during Resident Evil 5? Did I just miss it?
I didn't play 5, and I don't even plan on playing it. Well, I tried the demo. I don't like the way
you're not a big fan of the Resident Evil series, are you? Is that
Well,
it?
I am. I'm a fan of the originals. I basically stopped playing them after Resident Evil 4, so I had played a little bit of 4, wasn't into it.
Why didn't you do 5? You're just not into it anymore, right?
Well, I tried the demo and it just wasn't for me. Yeah, I'm not really into survival horror right now.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get revived thanks to Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and my next one to play through is going to be the original Dead Space. The only problem is it's like sold out in all the local GameStops around here because everybody wants to play it. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I can't find it.
I'll keep an eye out for you guys for sure as well. But but I played Resident Evil 5 and I was expecting to be scared, and I wasn't. It was a decent action game. It was okay. I finished the game. It was good, but I really forgot about it very easily. And when as I told you in the last one, Dead Space was like, it kind of just came out of nowhere, the first one, and I was blown. I had to go pick it up, and I had a religious experience with the game. We've all had those kind of moments. And so, what is the second one? The second game is more of the same of the first one, but it's fantastic. It's excellent. It's exactly the same as the first one. The game mechanics, everything is the same, but yet the lighting is just better. The mood and atmosphere is just subtly better. Everything has been elevated. Is it like light years beyond the first one? No. But is it great? Yeah. Like, I'm so happy I'm playing this game. I'm a big time, I can really say it, a big time Dead Space fan. I'm a Dead Space fanboy now. I can really say that. And the game is 14 chapters. I'm on. I thought I was doing badly. I'm on chapter 8. Some people were in a couple of days already on chapter 12. So some people are like that addicted. You start playing it, you can't put it down. And I hear it's about a 10-hour game. That's the perfect length, eh, Pete? We've talked about that. And the first game is quite like that as well. But excellent game. Oh, I'm okay. Here's a great example. I put it in. And I talked to the girlfriend. I said, "Hey, I'm going to play Dead Space tonight." She's like, "Oh, but I wanted to spend some quality time." And what I mean by that is she didn't want to have the bejeebus scared out of her. She was making a joke out of it. And what was so funny is I put in the game. I'm playing it for like the first 10 minutes, and she's sitting beside me. We're kind of sitting on the floor because I still sit on the floor and play video games. Isn't that crazy? I still do that. But so I'm sitting there playing it, and I won't give any spoilers. I won't say any story points, but I'm walking past this one character, a character that I think is going to do nothing, who's just blabbering away. I'm walking past him, and all of a sudden, the way the music, the camera angle, everything changed, and he went and grabbed me, and it was so funny. I had this freak out moment, and she had this freak out moment, and I was like, kind of thing. And anyways, I got past that point, and she's like, the girlfriend turns to me, she says, "Holy shit, what's the matter with you?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Because I was so into the moment that I thought she reacted as well, but she didn't. I was like a scared woman because I grabbed onto her. You know, I'm like, oh my God. And I give a game props for doing that to me, for being able to make me feel emotion, joy or fear. And I definitely was scared in a few moments in this game, like going, oh my God, where the hell did that come out from? There are a lot of shock value things, like the old Resident Evil games when you're running down the hallway and the dogs would jump in, that classic stuff. And it takes a lot for me to get afraid now. If I saw that scene now, I'd be like, oh, okay, some dogs jump through a window. I wouldn't really care. But Dead Space's environment, it's just, the graphics, the environment, the music, it's just one creepy game. It's just like you're running through the corridors of Alien, of the Nostromo, for anybody who remembers the movie Alien. And definitely like Aliens as well. Just the design aspect of it. Even like Event Horizon, which is, I hope a lot of you guys have seen that. If you haven't, go check out Event Horizon, a great sci-fi horror movie. You've seen that, Pete?
Event Horizon, I actually have not. I
recommend
I've seen it. I've seen it a couple times. I really like it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I always feel with Dead Space, the Dead Space's environment is exactly like Event Horizon. Like when they were, the ship in Event Horizon just feels the same as all the environments in Dead Space. It's a wonderful game. And it's funny, I haven't been scared in a while in the game now, being on chapter 8, but the storyline is very interesting. I will not say a thing about that because it's getting to an interesting level. But God, it's got some creepy bits in it. It's got some really twisted stuff. Like I'm telling you, there's like babies attacking you at one point. It's weird stuff. It's great. I don't know what more. I don't know how to review this game because I'm just such a fanboy of it. Anybody who's out there who liked Dead Space 1 was unsure about Dead Space 2, just go and buy it. Don't even worry about it. It's great times. I'm having a blast playing it. I'm having so much fun. I can't wait to get off the podcast. I love doing the podcast, but I really want to get back to seeing what the game has to offer next. So, yeah, sorry. Anyways, guys, that's what I've been playing recently. I really wanted to gush about Dead Space 2. It's great stuff.
So Johnny, if you've never played Dead Space 1, you can just dive right into Dead Space 2 and you understand.
That's a good point, and I would actually say not to do that. I'd say to play the first game. Okay. Because the first game sets up the initial storyline, which is this game is a complete continuation of the first game. Where the first game ended, this game takes place after that. I'll say that's all I'll say. And but there's a continuing storyline. Oh, it's interesting. I'm really looking forward to where it all goes. But yeah, twisted stuff. I got to give it to these guys who made this game. EA. It's just unbelievable the level of design. And Pete, have you been reading any of the reviews? Like, people have been talking about dynamic lighting and how the lighting looks so amazing, and until you've seen this game, like, there's amazing lighting in all sorts of games, but the atmosphere lighting, like when you're running down a corridor and the lights are like flashing, it's all like red sirens, you're freaking out. It's so realistic. It's like you feel the atmosphere, and like steam is coming down, and atmosphere. 10 out of 10 game for the atmosphere alone. Really good stuff. So I'm a fanboy.
He's a fanboy.
I'm a fanboy, and I'm happy to admit that. I love finding a game that, turns me on like Dead Space, and Dead Space turns me on.
All right, well, it's official. We're going to have to get it.
Sorry. So that is me done. Jason, what have you been playing?
Well, went to Bookman's last week with John, and picked up 2 games that I've actually been playing quite a bit of. Rogue Squadron 3 for GameCube. I was going
to ask you about this. Yeah,
it's a great one. Yeah.
It has this one that I got is the demo. It's like it came with in the kiosks, right? And they would play this game, and it was a demo. It has the demo case and all that, not for resale, all that. Well, this one has a Star Wars arcade port in it. So that's
the Atari one. Yeah, the
Atari
one,
Star Wars arcade. So
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to get it. So I bought it. I can't find out where to play the game. This shit is locked. I went online. I looked up codes to unlock it. It won't unlock.
What?
I can't figure it out. I'm asking for help. If anyone out there knows the cheat code or what you have to do.
How do you normally unlock the game?
I think you have to progress through the game and then it unlocks.
You have to beat the game, probably, don't you?
Oh. Man,
Yeah,
well, I really just want to play that because I have Rogue Squadron 3. I already have it, but I bought this for the Star Wars Arcade, so I'm trying to unlock it. There's like all these cheat codes where you can unlock stuff, but I can't figure it out. So if anyone knows,
What about Game Facts? Did you go
that's
there?
where I went. Yeah, and it has all the unlock, and I put in the cheat code to unlock Star Wars Arcade, and it doesn't unlock. Or maybe I'm going to a wrong menu or something. I can't figure it out. I know Vintage Video Game Geek did a review of it, so maybe I ought to reach out to him and see if he can.
You should. Yeah, he'll
See if he can tell me. But anyway, I got that. I'm really looking forward to playing that. And then other than that, I got Wing Commander 4 for PlayStation 1.
Oh, wow.
They had it for $6. That's a 4-disc set. Or what is it? 3?
Yeah, four discs, yeah.
Yeah, and it was $6. And John, you remember, I mean, it was right there.
Oh.
How could you pass that up?
Yeah.
So I've actually been playing that. What an incredible game. I love the Wing Commander series.
Mark Hamill. It's got the guy from Biff from Back to the Future. Fantastic cast, dude. Awesome game.
Oh, yeah. So other than that, I've been doing a lot of live streaming.
Yes.
I just launched a new live streaming channel, actually, called Jason Heine Radio. Something fun to do. I'm going to be doing live DJ sessions, anywhere between house and dance, from down-tempo, electronica, maybe some chill, some hip-hop. Going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff. So on Justin TV, you guys, I do have my emulator review, which I stream gaming and stuff, as you guys already know, but I did launch that today. So go check it out. Jason Heine Radio on Justin TV. Other than that, let's pass the torch. What about you, John? What have you been playing recently?
Still playing a lot of Pac-Man Championship DX. Still, I love that game.
You're addicted to that game.
I am. It's like, seriously, so addicted to that game. I also downloaded Space Invaders Infinity Gene. I don't know if you guys have been out for a while on Xbox Live, but I think since 09. But I really actually like it. Have you guys ever played it?
No.
It's you guys are obviously familiar with Space Invaders, right? So it's a whole new upgraded theme. It uses retro. It does a really nice job of like mixing retro graphics, like the old school Space Invader graphics, to like more modern graphics. It's got a really cool background, like almost like a 3D effect. The music's like a techno music. This is a really fun game. It gets really intense while you play it. So you can download it. I think it's like $5 on Xbox Live, but definitely check the game out. Space Invaders Infinity Gene. I've been playing. What else have I been playing? I think that's pretty much it. I downloaded Maids with Balloons.
Oh my God.
I actually paid $1. Oh, and I bought that the Techno Kitty, whatever, a game.
Wait a second. You actually wait. You didn't just download the demo. You bought Maids with Balloons.
I bought it.
Dude, it's $1.
Wait, you bought Maids with Balloons?
God.
Oh my God!
I would
I
not
actually bought it. Dude, it's $1. Dude, okay. First, have you guys played the demo, or you guys? Because
I played the demo.
There's 3 mini games in Maids with Balloons. There's 3 actually mini games within the game. So you have like the first game is kind of like Space Invaders, where it's made, and the graphics are just terrible.
Oh yeah,
graphics. It's almost like a terrible. It's like a 3D graphics. It's like you guys almost have to try it, but basically you're supposed to release these balloons and hit these things at the top, and in the meantime there's these birds that are shooting on you, right? Where you got to make sure you avoid the shit that drops on you. That's one game, and then there's another game kind of like Frogger where you're supposed to cross the streets and there's cars coming, but the way it's like the graphics are is. It's hard to explain, but when you're crossing the street, if your feet are in that particular lane, you'll get hit, right? But if your like upper chest is like in the other lane, you don't. Just because of the angle of it all, it's really hard to explain. But that's kind of like a Frogger style one. And there's another one where it's almost like Breakout, where there's these 2 maids and they're holding a trampoline, and there's another maid dropping, and she's supposed to drop and get balloons. Well, in the meantime, there's things flying, and it's $1, you know.
When it becomes naked maids with balloons, I'll buy it.
Yes, especially when they're jumping up and down and stuff. It would, dude, trust me, it would have been way worth it if it was like naked maids.
Why
with
couldn't they just put them in
but,
bikinis? Even that's all right.
Yeah, but the acting is terrible. There's like there's the cast. You know, I want to reach out to the guy.
Not that acting stuff. They're acting.
I want to reach out to the programmer and get him on the podcast. How awesome would that be? Because
dude, you know what? Sky's the limit at this point.
Let's try to get the guy.
Maybe you should put me in charge of that.
Yeah, hey, Jason, get in touch with the guy who created Maids and Balloons, because obviously it was a man who created this.
Yep, we'll get him on. I'll handle it.
Yeah, and that's
get that motherfucker on here.
Yeah, I'll handle it.
And then playing some Bomberman Battlefest a little bit here and there too. So that's pretty much it. I'm pretty busy, but I've been out of town a lot too. So, all right, Pete, how about you, buddy?
Well, I'm playing a lot more of Pure Solar. I was streaming it, and people might have got the wrong impression because I was in this dungeon, and oh my god, this thing had one of the most devilish dungeon designs I have ever seen. Where
old school?
Tougher than old school, like I'm serious. Where there was a part where you have to get a key to. It's in a dungeon with moving platforms. So you're moving around these platforms the whole dungeon. Then all of a sudden you get to a point where you can't advance anymore. It says, oh, you need a key. So the whole time I've been pressing switches and platforms have been moving and I stand on them and they bring me to the next section. But at this one part, supposedly I don't know how I would have ever figured this out. You press a switch and a moving platform comes down right next to you for you to get on to, move on to the next area. But what actually happens is when you press the switch, a second platform, which has never happened before the entire dungeon, secretly comes out as well. And what you have to do is the second you push this switch, and these might be slight spoilers to anybody playing Pure Solar who has not made it to this point yet, the second you press the switch, instead of getting on the one that appears right next to you, you have to run down to the right and down. And this platform will go behind a sprite of like a pipe that's on the screen. And you have to step behind the pipe, which doesn't even look like you can step behind it, and get on the platform and ride it to the next section. Unbelievably, like, I would go as far to say bad game design. Like, seriously, it was assuming too much that everybody would know to do this. Like, it's something totally unexpected. Just the fact that you have to do it like in a split second and know to run there. And then after you get to the platform on this one that brings you to the next place, on the hidden platform, you have to do it again later on, where another hidden platform comes and it's hidden behind something and you get on that. And then there's another hidden key that you have to find that's hidden behind something else. It was a little bit of a pain. Once I got over that, though, Pure Solar has been an unbelievable experience. It's an excellent throwback to 16-bit RPGs. It's been a lot of fun. There has been, I've found some imbalance issues in terms of leveling up. I'm over 5 hours into the game now, and my characters are only level 4. And I had not run from a single battle the entire game until this last dungeon here, because the enemies were totally wiping my party. Like, they were hitting for so much damage, and the boss in the dungeon was hitting for like 118 damage, and my characters had like 250, 300 health. But I went onto the forums and I asked for some help on there, and I got some hints, and it helped me beat the boss. But it does seem like it's taking a little bit too long to level up. Maybe that's just a problem in this one dungeon, but it does seem like things can be a little imbalanced, and you don't want to level up too much because then the game gets too easy. But Pure Solar, I'm really liking it. Like I said, I really feel bad for anybody that didn't get a chance to get a copy.
Hey, Pete, I'm looking at it on eBay right now. Yeah, I'm seeing this out there, and yeah, there's PAL versions and US versions, eh?
Well, what they do is that's just the packaging. There's actually 3 different versions. There's a PAL version, there's a US version for the Genesis, and then there's a Mega Drive version as well. And all 3 of them are packaged differently for their respective regions, but all the cartridges will play on any system. So you can buy the Europe version, box style, and that'll play on the US system because in the game they give you the different text options. The only one that's not in the game is Japanese, unfortunately, because they could not get a Japanese person to proofread the text in the game, so they had to take that out.
Right. I'm seeing one in the United Kingdom right now going for $320.
Are there bids on that, or is that
buy 23 bids?
Oh my god. So makes me wish I had bought multiple to make a profit. Of course, I'd send one to Johnny first, but I'd sell the rest. Yeah. I know. It's totally worth it. Like, honestly, it could have been released on like the Sega CD or something. It's just that good. It's not perfect. It has some problems. Sometimes
it's a great collectible piece, I think.
It's a great collectible, but not only that, it's a great game to top it off.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, moving beyond that, I've been playing some more Darksiders on the 360. I played that for a couple hours yesterday. I'm about 5 hours into that as well. I beat the first dungeon, and now I see why this game is being compared to Zelda. The dungeon was very Zelda-esque. Yes, it's laid out like a Zelda dungeon. It was very large and expansive. It took like an hour and a half to get through this dungeon. A lot of keys to open up from chests, so a lot of hidden areas. Overall, it was really enjoyable. The boss battle was fun. And what really surprised me is the sudden turn in environments that Darksiders took, because the first couple of hours were really like dark and, you're in the apocalypse and you're in hell and you're in these fiery places. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you're in a really colorful forest type area with a village that's submerged underwater. And it's really, really cool looking. And now I'm off in some area where there's like angels flying around and I'm shooting them with some big laser gun, and that's what I'm up to right now. But yeah, I'm really surprised the direction this game's going. I'm really impressed with it. I'd highly recommend it to anybody that likes action adventure games. If you're looking for a Zelda type game with more of a hack and slash type focused combat, I'd definitely check this game out. Really good cutscenes as well. Good voice acting. One of the characters is voiced by Mark Hamill.
Cool.
He does a really great job. And I've been playing a game on the PSP called Lord of Arcana. I didn't buy this game, actually. And here's the thing. I'm going to have to review it because I get emails from Square Enix because I'm on their press list. So, anytime new info for games comes out, they email me, because I'm on the press list. So if a new game was announced, they'll email me. But all of a sudden, the other day, a package showed up in the mail from them, and they sent me a copy of Lord of Arcana. I didn't ask for it, so I'm kind of forced to play through the game right now because I'm going to have to review it for them. Right now I'm kind of mixed on it. It's very similar to a Monster Hunter style game. The only thing is I'm not biased towards it because I'm not a big fan of Monster Hunter. I know I've played Monster Hunter on the Wii. I've played Monster Hunter on the PSP a little bit too, and I played the original Monster Hunter on the PS2, but not for long extended periods of time. For those of you that don't know what a Monster Hunter style of game is, think Phantasy Star universe, not the older Phantasy Stars, but think Phantasy Star universe type games where it's very hack and slashy. It's all about getting the next best piece of equipment, the next best piece, a new weapon.
Trapping monsters. It's a great game.
Yeah. The dungeons are very broken up and segmented by different, doors and everything, and it's definitely an acquired taste of an RPG. Well, this is basically a direct ripoff of the Monster Hunter games. It innovates a little bit in its combat. It's more hack and slashy. You get like summons and there's all kinds of magic.
Sorry, what's the name of this game again?
Lord of Arcana.
What system?
Take a guess. The PSP.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't being funny about that. You missed that. Okay, PSP.
Everything ends up on the PSP.
Everything's PSP these days.
But the thing that is the biggest problem with it is this type of game needs online multiplayer. It does not have online multiplayer. It only has regular old ad hoc or whatever. We have to be local. Now people are going to be screaming at me, but Pete, you could hook it up to your PS3. There's an ad hoc party thing where you can go online and play with people. Well, I'm sorry, but my PS3 doesn't have wireless. So unfortunately, I can't hook up my PS3 to my PSP. But that is an option. If you wanted to play this online, you have to go through some third-party program to hook up your PSP to your PS3, and you can play online that way. It's kind of cumbersome from what I've heard, though. However, from what I played so far, it's pretty fun. It's definitely not a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 game. It's just very repetitive so far. You just like Monster Hunter, go, through every room is this, basically the same. There's a different group of monsters in there, and you're harvesting materials to craft new weapons and new armor. And I haven't gotten a lot of pieces of armor yet, or a lot of weapons. It doesn't really seem like they're handing them out to me right now. But it's okay. It's pretty good. It would definitely benefit from online multiplayer, but I'm about 3 hours into it right now, and I definitely don't feel like I'm wasting my time, and I'm having some fun with it. And I think that's about all I played in the past couple of days.
Nice.
What
yeah,
about
actually,
you? Go ahead.
I know. I just wanted to say that the other game I did play, because we've been talking about it a lot lately, is Super Bomberman 2 on the Super Nintendo. Me and Robert is addicted to playing that. He came over the other day. We had a major fucking game of that. That was so cool. I love it. That's a game that me and Rob started playing when we were kids. You know, well, when I first met him, I think I was 21. He was 18, and he brought that game over, and we played that religiously for months, if not years, actually, because we're still playing it. And we probably play every 3 months, and we have a major go at each other. Like we really are intense about fighting each other in that game. Oh my god, it's brutal. So I beat Rob. Hey, I just do that because I know Rob's listening, and he's just clenching his fist, going, "Screw you!" And you know, what he said, he goes, "Well, I won the last time that we played." I'm like, "Yes, but it's this one that counts." It's really fun. We get really competitive. One day we'll do a video of us playing it because it would be very, very funny. I think it'd be very, very funny. So. Cool stuff. I'll definitely do the love talk question next week's episode, and we'll be back to questions next week. We'll answer a few more questions next week to make up for it. Welcome to another episode of Gaming Piece Theater with Gamester 81. Gamester, what piece of gaming history are you going to share with us today?
So this week, a couple of people had actually posted in the forums on peakgamerforum.com. This is where you can post your question, guys. I got one from Ricastro65 and Silver Mongoose. They pretty much asked the same thing, and they want to know more about the history of 3D gaming. Now, I'm not talking about what I'm referring to is obviously the 3DS is coming out, right? The 3D effect of gaming. So they want to know more about what other systems had 3D in games. So I'm not necessarily talking about Mario 64, where there's obviously the 3D environment. I'm talking about like popping out of the screen 3D. And it really dates back from what I know. It goes back to the Nintendo Famicom. Actually had 3D glasses in Japan. They had a few games for it. Unfortunately, never really hit the North America or the States here. But they did have a few games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Rad Racer comes to mind, where you guys remember that game where you actually push select, and it basically the way that was different is that it came with these really cheesy, flimsy red and blue like glasses you put on yourself, whereas the one for the Famicom was very similar to the Sega Master System. I know, Johnny, you did a review recently over the Sega Master System 3D glasses.
Big fan of that, yeah.
And the way it works are you put on this headset, and it flickers your left-right eye really quickly in sequence, and it just makes it appear in 3D. And actually, it's very similar to today's technology, in fact, but just a little less advanced, obviously, but very, very similar. They actually took that in today's technology in 3D TV. So Sega Master System had it. The Mark III had it in Japan, which is the Sega Master System here in the States. Also, the Famicom had it. Now, do you guys remember virtual reality? Obviously, you guys remember virtual reality in the 90s, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What's kind of funny is there's a system called the Victor Max, and it was called. Let me hold on. Jason, can you pause it real quick?
Jason's like, damn you.
I know.
Damn everybody!
Okay.
Damn, kill myself.
Sorry. I got it. So basically, this company called Victor Max released this item. I believe it was 1993. It was called the Stunt Master. Have you guys ever heard of this thing? Yeah, it was actually it hooks up to either your Super Nintendo or your Genesis at the time, and it's this headset that you should put on. And these glasses, and the whole idea is they market it as a 3D virtual reality thing. So basically, when you move, the thing in the game moves, right? And how that worked is they put this rod in the back of your neck, so when you turned your head, it would actually your head would bump this rod and knew if you were turning right or left. It was kind of weird. Didn't sell very well, and they kind of false advertised a little bit. It wasn't necessarily in 3D. It was these LCD mini screens, really flimsy, really cheap. It retailed for hundreds of dollars. But the whole idea was you could play your game through these goggles in 3D, and that was kind of interesting. Didn't sell very well, and it's pretty rare. I believe Victor Max eventually went on to make the Cyber Max, which is another kind of virtual reality device later on in the 90s, and again that flopped, and Victor Max is no longer around as a company, no surprise. Also, I know last week we touched base about the Virtual Boy. That one came out in 1985. That was probably the most well-known 3D thing Nintendo came out with. A big cult following today, I think. I know because of the 3DS coming out, people are more interested in the Virtual Boy. But yeah, so point is, 3D is not new to gaming. It's been around since the early 80s with the Famicom, but very interesting. And actually, the Jaguar, Atari, Sega, and Nintendo all had prototypes of 3D gaming. Atari was supposed to release a 3D virtual thing for the Jaguar. And I believe there's a few prototypes around that actually work, which is super rare. But that'd be kind of cool to come with something for Jaguar, as if the Jaguar CD wasn't enough that they needed, right? But that is crazy. That is the gaming piece theater in today's week. We're talking about 3D and gaming. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for those questions. Keep them coming. All right.
Don't tell them what to do.
I'm telling what to do.
Don't tell them what to do.
Don't tell them.
Tell me what to do.
I'll do it.
So thanks for listening to episode, this 28?
Yes.
Amazing.
No, this is episode 1005. Get it right. Iced.
I think what a magnificent episode. This was a lot of good stuff.
A lot of exclusive. You heard an exclusive interview on this All Gen Gamers podcast. So
yep, I guarantee you she's not being interviewed anywhere else. Yeah, that's
so
right.
interesting.
Right here.
Yeah, come over to the forums and let us know what you would do if you found that copy of Stadium Events. Would you sell it? Would you keep it? What would you do with the money?
Yep.
We want to know.
Yep, we want to know.
That's so interesting.
And congratulations to all the winners, and thanks again for all the submissions for the contest. Wow, I'm kind of excited. There's a buzz going around. It's good stuff.
Oh yeah, very cool.
Oh, maybe just because I'm totally new here on this chair.
And guys, continue to post those questions. We will get around to them. We're just, I know we just kind of got a little bit longer than expected tonight, but keep them coming for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've got audio questions to do, and we've got lots of great forum questions to do. So
yeah,
sooner or later we're gonna have to we just gotta do an episode all of questions sometime.
Yeah. That's a great idea, Jason. Why don't we do that?
Yeah. Well, I love you.
Yeah. That's good for you. You get the whale over there. Fuck you.
Yeah. No. Fuck you.
We'll see you next week. Take care.
We will.
See you, Gamester. See you. I'm still here though.
Yeah.
I'm still.
Bye.
Don't worry, guys.
Bye.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here.
Bye.
See you, Pete.
Click.
Bye, Pete.
Bye, Pete.
Bye.
Hey, Pete. Are you gonna stream tonight?
I'm not sure. It's kind of late over here, so I'm not positive.
Cool. I just launched mine. Sounds good.
All right.